Mr. Jacques Valade, Senator and Minister for Asia in France, Madame Joël Ray, the Consul General de France in Pondicherry, Mr. Oliver Duchtal, Director of Campus France, Professor Veladam Marimotu, Director of French Institute Pondicherry, Mr. Michel Audet, Director Alliance Française, Mrs. Joan Nagaraj, Chancellor, Professor Paril Selvam, faculty of the French department, my colleagues here, and students, ladies and gentlemen, bonjour to all. At the outset, I must thank our guests from France who made it convenient to come here and address the students on the prospects of choosing France as a destination for higher education, learning, and under the changed laws, even as a place for making a career. I must share my thoughts with you that I went to France in 1981 and 82. I was there for 2 years. That's about almost 28 years ago. Sometimes I envy you people. Do you know, 25 years ago, if someone wanted to go abroad in search for knowledge, in thirst for knowledge, what was the situation? It was so difficult and sometimes impossible. Look at the change. I sometimes feel I wish I was born 40 years later and I was sitting there. Look at the change. You just cannot imagine. Those were the days there was no internet. We had to write a letter. The letter would take 15 days and it would come back after 15 days. It would take 1 month. That's the time. That was the time. And only the few lucky people would get an opportunity to go abroad. More so, they were the chosen ones, the rich ones, or very, very lucky persons, you should say. My going to France was an accident. I went to Japan. I was invited at that time. I was very, very young like you at that time. There was a first high pressure reaction conference. I was invited from India to present a paper and also chair a session. Professor Hagen Müller, one of the topmost solid state chemists of France, he was there and he was yet too big a man, both in size and stature. After listening to a couple of I presented 3 papers, and he just whispered in my ears, "Young man, do you want to come to France?" I said, "Sir, if you give me an opportunity, I will come." By the time I came back, he had sent me a ticket and an invitation letter, and he said that I do not have much money. At that time, he paid me 2,000 francs. He said, "This is all I can pay because this is I want you there." So, well, that means I was very lucky, but not many got it there. And look at the day to day, the authorities from France have come to your door to tell you that my doors are open, young men and women, come and have education in my place. This is the change. And that is why I said I envy you, and if you don't utilize this opportunity, then I am also not, I am very happy for those who have come. I am very unhappy for those who have not come today. Perhaps there was not enough of a message gone. But those who have come, I congratulate them that you are present here to listen to the authorities. The ministry is here, the Consul General is here, the directors are here to give them the openings. The second thing I wanted to say is that for some reason or the other, and for some reasons, obvious reasons, the Indian student mindset was to always look towards an English-speaking country from historically. I must tell you, this mindset has started to change, and I must advocate very strongly today, and I do not mind that if it is even given a publicity that our students should change their mindset from their orientation towards English speaking to countries which are non-English speaking, and particularly France, because we do not know, only those who have gone there know what that country is. I worked in Tokyo, Japan, I worked in France, I worked in Edinburgh twice as a visiting professor, and I also work in Africa, Ethiopia. That was probably to make some money. Okay. I can tell you, I found that the French people, not because they are here, I am telling that, my stay in my younger life, the best part of my life was in France. I not only enjoyed working with them, and the best of my results of my research were produced in France, and the best life I had in France. My daughter was very young, and she was with me, and my wife was with me. That's the best. The difference I found between the people from other places. See, Japanese, they're strictly business. Okay? Englishman, you cannot make out what he is in his mind. That was the difficulty I had. But the French people, you can straight away know what is in his mind, because they never hide anything. They just tell, if they like a person, they like a person, they don't like a person, they will not talk to you. That straightforwardness in them. And a majority of them are such, they show such a warmth. We had so many friends we became. And they're so adopting that they used to like and come and sit, every Saturday, Sunday I used to have a big gathering. And all French, men and women, all of them would squat on the floor. They like to eat the way we eat. They used to eat with fingers, and the women started wearing saris. That was, I can see a sari wearing a French pretty lady here. And they used to enjoy it. I mean, this is the warmth of that the French community is very specially. I must make a mention about this, and I think you have to change your mindset, because not only is that, it is very rich in technology. It is very rich in the resources available in the library. It is sometimes better than some of the places in the other part of the world, maybe in the United Kingdom. And the cost of living also is not as high as it is in some places. You don't have to live in Paris, which will be expensive, but you can live in some other place. But the hostels are subsidized. There is a very low eating. Students have got a very comfortable and such nice life. The student life is very nice. So friends, I think this is a golden opportunity that all of you have got, that you should look towards. this is a call I am giving to all the people, not only present, those who are not present and those who are outside, that they should change and take to it. Then coming to the, you see, the university, and I have to tell you that, I must tell you that, you see, the language learning capacity of an Indian student is far higher than any student anywhere in the world. You know why? This poor child of India learns 3 languages when he enters the school. Nowhere in the country, nowhere in the world. He learns, you see, in Karnataka, where I come from, he enters this school, the kindergarten, he is taught English, he is taught Hindi, he is taught the local language, and the poor child learns 3 languages. It's such a big burden, but you can't help it. So the language learning capacity of the Indian children somehow is so strong that I am very sure that you will pick up. You may have an accent, that's a different issue, but you will definitely learn. And those who can learn Tamil can learn any language. That's one. And we have you know, we have a as you know, the the university is going through a very, very rapid change in its outlook and in its entire policy of teaching learning process. We are going into a total modernization of the instrumentation, facilities, library. You must have got into the library, see how it is getting into a change. And the whole campus is going to be Wi-Fi enabled next month perhaps, and all of you can download articles, full text sitting under the tree if you have a laptop. And so this is free, and the amount of facilities are made available are plenty. You are going to use it, but then we do have a lot of collaborations with the small French institutions. But what we are now thinking of is that I had just a preliminary discussion with the director that we shall establish a big scheme where there is a big movement of students from here to France and France to Pondicherry University. So we are prepared to have a dedicated hostel for the French students who come here. We will work out the modalities, the staying and your support and their support and all that. And very soon we are going to come with a big thing. I think a new era, I think today I declare it as a new era of a friendship between the Pondicherry and the France starting. I must tell you, and let us, we are going to do it. And when we start doing it, you have seen that we complete it. Sorry. I'm only feeling sad that why did I lose 1 year? Somehow I think there are some curtain of shyness between the university and the various organizations. I could not go and meet and interact, and they could not find time, so we lost some 1 year. And that we'll try to make up that lost time and go ahead with the collaboration between the Pondicherry University and the various French institutes, and we will give all support to our students go there, and we extend all support and we welcome the students of France, sir, and we will welcome them with pride and love, and we will give them all the possible facilities to them. I have 3 more years here to go, and that's a good time so that to strengthen our ties, and we shall certainly work together to make this a grand success. Thank you very much.